Hi, Mom.
Hi everyone, this is Stephen Smith for Live Art Mini. This is being recorded because our live feed did not work from Marcum Park here, so we'll work on our technology in the future. But we did want to get that live art out to you and for the artists because they're out here painting in the park today. So I'm here with my co-host Duane Sparks. How are you doing today, Duane?
Good.
Duane, who do you want to say hi to?
Mommy.
Gene, if you're watching, Duane says hi. We're out here enjoying the weather. It's a lovely day. I'd say like mid-70s, sunny. We've got a nice little tent so we can stay in some shade as we do these pieces. But where are we at today, Duane?
Marcum Park.
Marcum Park in downtown Hamilton. So there's a awesome fountain here for the kids to come out and enjoy during the day. Awesome little river too that the kids can run around in. So I'm going to switch to our creativity camera, which is right now focused on the Marcum Park fountain. So this is fairly new to downtown Hamilton, just a couple years old. So we've got this awesome fountain that just turned off right now, but you can still see the kids and the families out there enjoying the day. And I'm also here with Allison Smee, who you might have seen last week, who started her Marcum Park fountain painting in the studio based on some imagery. And then also here with Kara Bergdorf.
Hi. Hello.
She agreed to come out with us today. She wanted to get out in some sunshine and make a painting. And I'm going to swivel our camera to what you chose to paint today, Kara. And which is?
But it's right over here. It's right over there.
And what is that?
The Saint.
Rhymes with Julie.
What?
Julie.
Oh, the St. Julie Cathedral.
That's right. St. Julie's Cathedral right here next to the park. Awesome piece of architecture.
Hi, Mom.
And who do you want to say hi to today, Kara?
My mom, my cat, and my 3 brothers. Hi.
All right, we're going to visit with Kara in the second half of the show today. There's Duane.
Yay!
But we're going to start off with Miss Allison Smee. She's going to be doing her painting that she started last week. So I'm going to swivel that creativity camera once again. Right down here. And Allison, everyone can see you right now. The camera's pointed down. Right on you. Is there anyone you want to say hi to today? Your dad? Okay. All right. So Dad, she's been doing a great job here in the studio. And we've got this painting that we're going to work on. So we're talking about going from working on images from a picture to actually painting what's called plein air, which is translated to painting outdoors. So anything that you might observe differently once you're sitting out here right in nature. And before we do that, we want to say a big thank you to our season sponsor, Sherry Armstead, and everyone at Symmetry Boutique and Gallery over in Fairfield. They've got an awesome gallery right on Sims Road. So they've got handmade, original, one-of-a-kind, American-made artworks. So if you need a gift for someone, if you need something for the home, go check them out, as well as everything that we have here at Inside Out Studio. All right, Allison, are we ready to get started?
Let's do it, Stink Bug.
All right, Kara, I like the spirit. So I'm going to tilt the camera down a little bit more. You can see more of your painting. We'll let that get into focus there. All right. And then, Allison, since we've come outside and we're sitting right in front of the fountain, what do you see different that you want to change about your painting? So maybe we added some greens in there, so that's different from last time because we didn't see a lot of the trees in the picture that we had. But what about some bricks up front? Can we do some brick red? We got some brick red right here in our travel cups. So if you're looking at the fountain right in front of you, you can get a lot of information just from what you see to help out your painting. It's very different from working just from a picture and working out of your head. I'll say, as you paint too, we might switch off the microphone because I do hear a lot of kids playing over there in the fountain.
Blabbering.
That's right. They're enjoying themselves, so it might be distracting for anyone watching at home.
Yeah.
So we can enjoy your painting for a little bit, and I'll cut back in with some tips and then some information about plein air painting and painting outdoors. How's that sound? Okay? All right, let's do that. All right, cutting back in here. I hope you can hear me over the sound of the kids enjoying themselves in the fountain. But what Alice and I were just talking about is changing some of the colors in the actual Marcum fountain. Since it's silver, it's hard to get a good silver in paint, so really got to go with a gray tone to mix. And we brought out a limited palette just because we couldn't drag every single bottle of paint from the studio out to the park with us. So one way to mix some grays is by mixing your complementary colors. So we took some blue with just a tiny touch of burnt orange, and then some white to lighten it up. So blue and orange are opposite from each other on the color wheel. They're considered complementary colors, and when you mix that, it gives you a nice gray tone. So one thing you have to do is when you're painting outdoors is be creative with your color mixing. One thing about plein air painting is it didn't even start till about the 1860s, 1870s, because that's the first time that tube paints were invented. Before that, well, let's ask Duane. Duane, how did artists make paint before they had it in tubes?
That comes after.
They had to do what?
I don't know.
You don't know? Well, they had to mix it themselves.
Rocks in fact.
Say that again, Kara.
They used rocks.
To make the paint?
They used dirt
They
to do
used,
that.
You are correct. So the artists did have to use some dirt. They used different pigments too. Sometimes it's ground up flowers. Sometimes it's other pigments found in the earth. But what they had to do is take those pigments and that dirt
And crush them together to make paint.
That's right. And they had
Hi
to,
out there, anyhow. Hi, Mom.
and they had to mix it with oils too. That way it was easier and smoother for it to apply to the surface. So there's more to it than that. It's not that simple. So, but before the 1860s, 1870s, there was no paint in tubes, and no one was able to actually get out in nature and make their paintings. All right, so looking at the Marcum Park fountain here, Allison, maybe a little bit more of that gray silver that we mixed right at the top there, just to complete the shape of the end.
Hi, Fluffy. How are you doing? Kara loves you. I love that cat.
And then the next thing we'll do after you finish that Marcum fountain in is we'll look around our surroundings and see any colors that might pop out to you. Or anything that you see you could add into your piece. So what do you spot? Over on the right side, I see some flowers over there. What color flowers do you see?
Yellow, orange, and red.
Yellow, orange, and red. Okay, so since those are really small over here in the bushes, maybe you could just do some dots. Yellows, oranges, reds, any flowers that you see. There's some on the left side too, if you look past where the kids are playing. So that'd be a nice small detail to add in there.
up, people.
Alright, we're going to jump back here on the audio. So Allison has added the flowers off to the right side, and we also saw some off to the left side. So Allison, one thing I see about the fountain is your focal point in the center there. A couple options that we can do. One thing that I think we need to do is the fountain actually having the water shoot up, because that's like a prominent part of it. Produce white for that.
Make it squirt out at ya.
And then the other thing we could do is make that in the actual sculpture kind of stand out some more. And there's two options of doing that. One is by making the edges brighter so it pops out from the background, or we can add some darks behind it, like dark greens around the edge. Which one would you prefer to do?
To do that, Steve Bug.
Well, she can make her own choices there.
Oh, good.
You want to do dark green for the background? So we're going to go dark green. Your darkest green's right there. And you don't have to paint the whole background dark green. Okay, one thing you can do is fold it closer down towards the base of the brush, closer to the bristles. And then just let those bristles flow right around the edge of where that Marcum fountain is. You say that big M sculpture. And you can do it around the edges, in the middle, not to that side. And don't forget to refresh the paint in your brush.
Is that an M or an N?
It's a big, kind of like an abstract M. And the center is a heart.
Oh, yeah. You can actually put a heart right in the middle, Stephen. If you wanted
Sure.
to.
That could be another touch up too, like the heart that's at the bottom center of the sculpture.
Yeah. Right.
Some blue. I'm going to jump back on the audio here. Kara brought up a good point about that heart in the center. It's like the cutout shape in the fountain there. And
You
then,
could do it red, or you could do it silver, people.
well, the fountain itself is silver. Allison said she wanted to do it in blue.
Oh, boy.
So which blue? You've got a few blues to work with. I would suggest, again, something darker to make that shape stand out. So maybe this dark blue that's in your paint cup. Let me get you some paper towels too to get the water off your brush. We're going to wipe the water off first. Just to make sure it doesn't thin out the paint too much. And then maybe go for a smaller brush, that way you get some more details. That would work. You got to be a lot more creative outdoors too in terms of packing your materials. You need some fresh water. We actually got our fresh water straight from the fountain to wash our brushes.
That is right, Stink Bug.
And of course, you want some paper towels to dry your brushes off in between each color. Again, since you got orange underneath there, Allison, I'd recommend going back for more paint. That way you get a nice thick layer of that blue in there. There you go.
Oh man, it's cold out here.
Got a chilly little breeze going by.
Yes, it was. You guys, if you have glue bottles at home, please degunk them. Or the glue could get all
And maybe one last touch with your
rusty.
blue edge to take this super dark blue. And then do the shape of a heart right around the edge just to outline it, make it pop. Alright, you do have to let that paint dry a little bit, but I encourage you, since it's a fountain, to get those streams of water flying up into the air. But what we have to do is make sure we let this paint dry first, because you still got some wet gray, wet blue, and wet green right there in the background. So, and the flowers off to the side are still wet too. So while we're waiting for that to dry, we're going to take a second We're going to hear from Sherry Armstead and Debbie Weisbrod over at Symmetry Gallery and Boutique. They're running a special for us, the Live Art Day. So check this out.
I'm Sherry. I'm here with Debbie at Symmetry, and I just wanted to take a minute to say how happy I am to sponsor an organization that provides an opportunity in studio environment for artists with disabilities to produce, market, exhibit, and sell their work and receive an income.
Fantastic. And we here at Symmetry invite you to come shop with us and visit us at our store at 1000 Sims Road. Mention that you've watched this live today and you'll receive 10% off your next purchase.
I look forward to seeing you.
See you soon.
All right, thank you, Sherry Armstead and Debbie over at Symmetry Gallery and Boutique. So mention you saw a Live Art menu and get a nice little discount whenever you shop over at Symmetry on Sims Road in Fairfield. We always like to do a little meet and greet, get to know our artists a little bit better on Live Art Mini. So Duane, we've been talking about movies. People have been getting out up and again since COVID's kind of restrictions have lifted, going back to movie theaters and checking things out. Doesn't have to be in the movie theater, but what's your favorite movie right now?
But the Bandit 2.
Smokey and the Bandit 2? Did you just see that recently?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite actor?
Bert.
Burt Reynolds. It's been a while since I've seen that one. But when check in, Miss Allison, who's been working on her painting today. Allison, what's your favorite movie as of late?
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson? Was there a movie or just his videos?
On the TV.
Oh, you saw his movie on the TV? Was it the one where he's on stage doing all the live one? I think the last one before he passed. Very good. And then we're going to spend the second half of our Live Art Mini with Miss Kara Bergdorf.
Hi.
Kara, what's your favorite movie lately?
Frozen 2.
All right, that's awesome. Well, what's your favorite song? Is it from the movie?
Yeah.
Okay, we listen to a lot of Disney in the studio, and there's lots of dancing, lots of singing going on at all times.
Yeah.
All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to our creativity camera. We're going to do the overhead shot of your canvas that you're painting on. And Kara's just starting hers out today since she's joined us in the park.
Hi out there.
I'm going to fade it over to that shot.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Cat. And hello, brothers.
All right, so Kara, that screen on the right side is what everyone sees right now. So they're looking down at your painting, and
Sure, Stink Bug.
we're getting a start. Who is Stink Bug?
That's you, Steven.
That's right. That's my nickname for Kara. Kara's nickname for me, I should say. So we're going to start with the background. When we're doing realistic scenes, what I was telling Brett and Allison and Duane last week is you always want to start with your background. And work your way from the back to the front.
That's right, Stink Bug.
So what we'll do is start with the sky and the clouds.
All right.
So do you need any colors from me? We've got an array of cups here, some different earth tones and landscape colors. But let me know if you need anything else. All right? We're going to spend some time watching you fill in your background and watching you get started.
All right, Stink Bug. Let's get started, people. If you have glue at home, please don't get, or it could get crusty.
All right. Public service announcement from Kara. If you have crusty glue at home, please don't. turn back in on audio here. So here are one of the reasons we start with the background and work toward the front is that as you're painting, it's okay to make mistakes with the background and cover up some things that you're going to repaint over top. Because you're going to add layers as you move forward. So for example, you don't have to be too precious around the edges of your clouds, because when that blue dries, you could always paint white right over top of it.
That's right, Stephen. And that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Okay. So you can do some freeform clouds right over top once that's dry?
Yep.
Sounds good. Alright, just want to remind everyone too, as you're watching today, we've got an awesome online store. So you can find Kara's work, Allison's work, and Duane's work on there. You can search it out by artist. You could also search it out by materials. And you're also still supporting all the artists at Inside Out Studios. They receive 50% of all the sales of their work, and the rest goes back to cover the cost of materials that we provide in the studio. Kara, when you're not painting, what's your favorite thing to do?
Clip paper.
Clip paper? I was thinking more about the other types of artwork we do in the art studio. You got glass, ceramics, watercolors.
I like to do mosaics.
Okay, very good. Duane, what have you been working on today?
A glass piece.
A glass piece? Was it one of the commission pieces?
Yeah.
All right, we had a lot of awesome commission pieces from different organizations around the area, keeping our artists busy and providing a paycheck for them as well. Miss Allison, what did you work on this morning? The clay piece? Was it a commission or just something out of your head?
I worked on the iPad.
Looked it up on the iPad. Very good. So your own original piece. That's awesome. All right, Miss Kara, do you need some paper towels to dry your brush off?
Yes, Stink Bug. Thank you.
You're welcome. You want to bring some of that blue down right around the edges of the trees too?
Sure, Stink Bug. And I'm going to need some more blue.
Okay. And then I was going to say, there's some ridges of blue paint right there, so you want to smooth it out as much as you can.
Okay.
You don't want to leave too much texture on there. And here's some more blue for you.
Thank you, Stephen.
And if the tones don't exactly match, since we had a limited amount of paint that we brought out, you could always blend it together. Since you got fresh blue at the top, you can always smooth it and
What
blend
does
it.
blending mean?
Blending means transitioning one color into another. So you're basically taking that shade of blue, this shade of blue, and blending it with your brush so it mixes together into a nice medium.
Oh. You should mention that to me last week when you said blending and I didn't know what that meant.
Well, if you're ever unsure of something, don't forget to ask.
getting all dirty.
All right, we've got a few more minutes left here for Live Art Mini today. We're going to keep it to a half hour. Before we go, St. Julie's Cathedral is made out of bricks. So we'll talk about doing some brick tones. So they can see it right there.
Look at all the blue, people.
Very good sky there, Kara.
Thank you, Steven. Steven.
We'll let that dry before we do the trees and the clouds around it. But what we'll do is just like a quick tip on doing some bricks.
Sure.
So when you're looking at St. Julie's over there with those bricks, does every brick look like it's the same color?
No.
Nope, there's a nice variety. So what we're doing is looking at some light, medium, and dark tones. What I always say is like a triad of color. So triad refers to three.
3 different colors.
Yep, so some are going to be light, some are going to be medium, and some are going to be dark. But they can all be mixed from the same group of colors.
Yep.
So what we'll do is we're going to pull this cup lid. So we had to be creative. Like we said, we're painting outdoors. We couldn't bring the whole studio with us. So we've got some raw sienna on the cup lid. I'm going to come around to your other side here, Kara.
What's raw sienna?
It's kind of like that dull, dark yellow.
Oh, okay, sure.
Now we're going to take some burnt sienna. Remember how you said that paint was made from dirt?
Yeah.
You were completely correct. And some of the brown colored names actually come from different regions of Italy and Europe. So Siena refers to Siena province. Van Dyke brown comes from the region of Van Dyke. And they actually named it that because dirt has different color in different places. And that's what they used to make the paints back in the day.
That's cool.
They literally used to paint with dirt.
Dirt?
So I'm going to take some white too, for this kind of like this light cream color.
There you go, Steven.
So there's a mixture of
Darks, lights, and medium.
So between raw sienna, burnt sienna, and this off-white,
Yeah.
I'm going to combine them all together, but do different mixtures of each one. So this is going to have more burnt sienna, so it's going to be darker,
Okay.
but just still a touch of raw sienna and white. This little grouping is going to have more raw sienna, but a touch of burnt sienna and white.
Oh, okay.
And this grouping is going to have more white, but some raw sienna and burnt sienna.
Okay.
So you see, use the same three colors, just use different mixtures of each to create different lightness and darkness.
Okay.
And if you want to do last little tip for the day, I'm going to grab a small brush over here from Allison, since you're wrapping up your piece. This you want to paint with the texture. So bricks are laid out horizontally, side to side,
Okay.
so you can actually make your marks like that.
Make them look like bricks.
That's right. So you're creating texture on your canvas.
Oh, cool.
You want to try that? And then you could switch it up, use the lights, the mediums, and darks.
Sure. Let's see.
That way it creates a variety of texture on there.
Sorry, my backpack was in the way.
That's alright.
Is that what you meant, Stink Bug?
That's right, and you can layer them over top of each other too. But you want to keep that the pattern with the brush stroke
Yeah, your bug.
and the small little rectangles with your brush, and you're creating the texture of bricks.
Yeah.
Alright, Kara, I'm going to cut it to our other camera here.
Sure, Stink Bug. Go ahead.
Duane, you're in a good spot too, because we're going to wrap up Live Art Mini today. Kara, we're excited to see how this painting's going to come out. We're getting close to 2 today, so we might have to wrap it up in the studio or maybe work on it next week.
Hi.
Hello, everybody. Duane, any parting words for the day?
Have a good day. Have a good day.
Have a good day, everybody. Come check out Marcum Park. It's awesome. It's got a nice fountain. It's great for the kids. And also check out our online
Click
store.
like and subscribe.
Click like and subscribe. Check us out on YouTube. Check us out on Facebook. And check out our online store to support those artists. You can come in the store yourself. So we're open 10 to 4, Tuesday through Friday. And we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Have a good day.